Hi guys, it's Carlos at the Carlos Method. Today I'm going to show you how to foam roll your calves for recovery. This is a timely video at the moment because I've currently strained my calf. I've got a grade 1 strain from football. Let's get into it. Okay guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. We're posting workouts every Monday and Thursday. Hit that notification bell for the weekly updates. Now we're using the foam roller today. Now this is a fantastic piece of kit because when you get an injury or you're tight in your musculature, and commonly it can be hamstrings, calves, in your lat muscles here, your pecs can get tight. Commonly people go and get deep tissue massage, but it can add up the cost if you're going twice a week throughout the month and throughout the year. So a good thing to do is self-massage. The thing's great for doing self-massage techniques. I'm going to show you techniques on the calf, how to release the calf. 3 different techniques today because it's a good time to do this video because I've currently strained my calf. I've got a grade 1 strain from sprinting. It was always off the ball. I always get injured off the ball, not on the ball. So we're going to go over how to release the calf. Now commonly if you get a calf strain, if you have got a calf strain, commonly it's injured when you're sprinting, you're jumping, hopping suddenly. There's a lot of load going through the muscle suddenly. You're suddenly loading that muscle and it just can't take it. So for a start, before you play a sport or before you go out running, get yourself strong in your calves, your legs and your core. Get yourself strong through your kinetic chain, through your legs. Because if you've got weak tissue and weak muscles, then you risk injury. So I'm going to go for the first technique. So the Achilles tendon is at the base of the calf. Make sure you're not rolling right onto that Achilles tendon. That's just going to be painful and uncomfortable. You don't want to be going around there. So get about around the base of the Achilles tendon. Now, I'm going to support my weight. I'm going to keep a long straight line in my back. Now, the first technique is simply just to roll up and down the entire length of the calf. So you're working on the gastrocnemius here. So it's a heart-shaped muscle that goes from the Achilles tendon running up to behind the knee. It attaches behind the knee. So it goes over 2 joints. Now, if you're going for a massage in a clinic somewhere, what they first do is Swedish massage techniques. They soften and loosen the tissue. They get into the tissue and knead it, and petrissage and Swedish techniques just to soften it before they work deeper into the tissue to get into the real area of tightness and stiffness. So that's all I'm doing, and use this as an assessment tool as well now. So during this first technique, I'm just rolling up and down and I'm searching the tissue to see where those knots are, because what I'm feeling for is specific tender points in the tissue, and I'm not just rolling around without thinking about it. I'm really being engaged with what I'm doing, and I'm feeling where the areas of tension are. Now what you can do is turn the foot inside, come on the inside calf here, medial aspect of the calf, and then what you can also do is turn it laterally, turn it outwards, and the lateral aspect of the leg. But commonly, in calf strains, they're right down the middle. Through the gastroc is a calf strain. You've got a soleus muscle underneath. That's less commonly strained. But like I said, it's often down the middle here. So I'm going to work back down the middle. Now I can already feel some knots. I'm around about there. I can feel some tightness there. Now, so that was the first technique. So once you've softened and loosened the tissue, and you've found where the actual knots are, the next technique is to go across the tissue, so cross fiction. So the fibres are going downwards this way, and we're going to come across the fibres and go across them. Okay, so it's a good way to release the tissue. So I'm on that tight area, and I'm just going to roll here, side to side movements. Just going to roll. Now, if I need more pressure, I'm going to put that top foot on there. I'm going to support my weight, stay really tall, and then I'm going to roll side to side. And you know what? When you're doing deep tissue work, and when I'm doing massage clients before, you might need several different techniques to release the tight muscle. There can be very irritable, tight bands of tissue. And the problem is, if you go and play sport, if you've had a calf strain, you go straight into playing sport without fully rehabbing and doing all this foam rolling and deep tissue massage, the tissue should be like this, right? It should be contracting forward and back like this, you can see on the camera. Microscopic level, the tissue should be just going in and out nice and smoothly. When you've got an injury, the tissue will get knotted and bundled up and it will be all twisted and knotted. If you don't then go in and release those knots and then get the range of motion back, strengthen the tissue, you've got a massive chance of re-injury. I think there's about a 30% re-injury rate on calf strains. So you definitely want to be doing your foam rolling, and I would do it daily if you can. So do it daily. So foot back on top, okay, I'm rolling and I'm cross-frictioning it. Now what you can also do is just find the area of tension about there and just hold. So you just sit and press your weight into it and hold that position. Now, you may hold for 10 seconds to 60 seconds, 10 seconds to a minute, and just be patient. Just get enough pressure in there and just wait for the tissue to release and to give. Once you're in that area of tightness, just hold and be patient, wait for it to melt. It might feel like a melting or just a release through the muscle, or the pain will just drop down. So say on a pain scale 1 to 10, 10 is absolutely unbearable, 0 is nothing, I'm about 6 at the moment, and that's going down to a 5 and a 4. You want it to drop by about half, okay? What you may also notice is that as you're on this tight muscle, it may refer pain up or down. So it's called a trigger point. So when it refers pain, it's called a trigger point. That's a common thing that happens. They refer pain. It's always good if you can get on a trigger point and release that. It's just another tight area of tissue basically that just refers pain. But they can be great to release because they can be quite, they can be the linchpins, they can be the real things that are causing the problems, the crux of the problem. So we've got that second technique where you're just rolling side to side, cross-frictioning the tissue, the extra weight of the leg. Now the third final technique is a soft tissue release technique. So a good way to release the tissue as a third technique is to, again, I'm going to roll around and find where the tension is. About there, yeah, about there. Now I'm going to pin the muscle down, so I'm going to clamp it down with the weight of my leg. And then what I'm going to do, if you watch my foot, you see that in camera back there, watch my foot, that left foot, I'm just going to take it through a slight range of motion there, okay? So I'm going to pin I'm pinning the muscle down, so finding an area of tension, pinning the muscle down, and then I'm taking the foot through a small range of motion, just to try and release that tight muscle. Very effective technique. Soft tissue release, it's called in the UK. In the States, it's ART, active release technique. Similar techniques. You're pinning the muscle down, and then you're taking through a range of motion. It's not a huge range of motion, you just want to pin and then just a small range. Just a few inches, a few centimetres, don't go through a full range, you shouldn't be able to go that far on this. Pin it down and then just curl that towards your shin. So there are your 3 techniques. So I would say, guys, very important when you've injured your tissue to do a lot of foam rolling. It's either that or lots of visits to the physio clinic and to the deep tissue massage therapist to get the muscle released. Because once you've foam rolled and released the tissue, then do some stretching to lengthen out the tissue as well. Because it's only half of it is to foam roll it. You also then need to do some static stretching. Once you've softened the muscle and you've taken out these knots, you then need to lengthen the tissue with some stretching techniques, and that will just tell the nervous system and the body, it's okay to hold this newer length. So what will otherwise happen is you'll do the foam rolling, the muscle will tighten and knot up, and then it will go back to its reverted state. So release the knots, stretch, and then obviously start strengthening that muscle. Get it very, very strong, doing lots of calf raises. Eventually, end stage rehab, we're doing plyometrics and lots of springing, jumping exercise to get yourself back into playing sport again. Thanks a lot for following along to this video. That was your how to foam roll the calves properly video. Follow along, let me know your comments and your feedback on this. Feel free to like and subscribe to our channel. Hopefully we'll do more of these because my degree was in sports injuries and rehabilitation. So it's something I enjoy, corrective exercise and releasing tight areas of tension and getting people into good movement patterns. So thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.